ഞാൻ വെറുതെ വേറെ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു വെയിറ്റേജും കൂടി നോക്കിക്കോട്ടെ.
Hello, good morning, all of you. And hello. So, in this class, we will discuss about the main difference between OLAP and OLTP and what is meant by OLTP. Online transaction processing is OLTP and OLAP is online analytical processing. So, where we will use this OLAP and OLDP. OLAP means online analytical processing. Here you can see there are it's a software technology that will that allows the user to analyze information from multiple database systems at the same time. So it is based on a multidimensional data model and allows the user to query on multidimensional data. And the main operations in OLAP that we discussed in our previous class, that is uh, roll up, drill down, dice, and pivot. So these are the main operations. Now, what about the OLTP? OLTP is online transaction processing. So here in OLTP, it is it is more related with clerical or IT professional. It will give you an idea about day-to-day activity of an organization, and it is more application oriented rather than subject oriented. So here in OLTP, the data that we will use, it will be like current scenario, or it will give you an up to date of the present scenario, and it is repetitive data will be there. And in the case of access, we can read and write access or will be given for that. And unit of work is like short or simple transaction query will be given as a unit of work in the case of OLTP. Now, while coming to OLAP, it is more related to a complex query. If you want to write something, or some we want to extract something from a multidimensional database, you can use a complex query. That is the case of OLAP. And the database size, it is about 100 MB to some GBs in the case of an OLTP, because it is day-to-day activity. It will not be more than that, because it will give you an idea about the present scenario or the current transaction limits. But in the case of an OLAP, it is analytical processing, so it will give you, it is more working on a decision support for a knowledge worker. So it will be some 100 GBs to some terabytes. So it is like it will give you an idea about how you can extract something from a historical data. From the past many years, it is recording some data, and from that you are analyzing something. For that you are using it. So it will contain more amount of data. So it will be like 100 GB to some terabytes. That is the case of OLAP. Now, OLAP will work on a multi-dimensional data model. The data warehouse and OLAP tools are based on multi-dimensional data model, and this model views data in the form of a data cube. An n-dimensional base cube is called a base cuboid, and the topmost zero-dimensional cuboid, which holds the highest level of summarization, is called apex cuboid, and the lattice of the cuboid is cuboid form, the data cube. Here you can see this is actually location, and this is actually the time period, and x-axis will give you the product, home, entertainment, computer, phone, security, all this type of items sales in different cities during some particular time period. So here it is given 4 quarters. Year is divided into 4 quarters, and during this each quarter, how much product is sale, how much sale happen sales happen for each of this product in different cities. So here this cuboid is called a base cuboid, and the topmost cuboid, which is hold the highest level of summarization, is called apex cuboid. The lattice of a cuboid forms a data cube. So this is a multidimensional data cube because it contains more kind of information. And this is actually an OLAP cube example. Here you can see this is actually one dimensional cuboid. So here this is topmost level is 0 dimensional. We will call it as apex cuboid. In that we are not considering every entities will be considered here. Next is time, item, location, supplier. Only one uh, one entity is considered. So we will call it as a 1D cuboid. And in next one, time and item, time and location, time and supplier, time and location, time supplier, location supplier. So it is considering two entities. So we will call it as a 2D cuboid. And while coming to 3D cuboid, it will consider three of these items, either time, item, location, or item, location supplier item, like that. And in 4D cuboid, it will consider everything. That is the topmost one. Okay, so the main operations performed in this type of cuboid are drill down. Drill down operation is actually less, it will give you a less detailed data that is converted into a highly detailed data. So it can be done by moving down in the concept hierarchy and by adding new dimensions. Here you can see in the cube given here, drill down operation is performed by moving down in the concept hierarchy of time. Like here you can see time is given in this y axis, right? From the topmost, from the quarter 1 to quarter 4, I'm drilling down in the concept hierarchy of time dimension. Then in the case of a roll up case, it is just opposite of the drill down operation. It performs the aggregation of OLAP cube. It can be done by climbing up the concept hierarchy and reducing the dimension. Climbing the concept hierarchy and reducing the dimension. In the cube given in the overview section, the roll up operation is performed by climbing up in the concept hierarchy of location. We will call like uh, so here if you're considering some cities, grouping all the cities together to form the country, that is known as uh, roll up. The first one is drill down. That means you are going down in the time, going down in any of the hierarchical level. Next is roll up, means it is just opposite of drill down operation. It performs aggregation of OLAP cube. And the third one is dice operation. In dice operation, it selects subcubes from the OLAP cube by selecting two or more dimension. Here you can see if I'm selecting location, location is equal to Toronto. During the time period Q1 and Q2, the product is home and entertainment. So here I'm just considering a part of the cube. It is just cube, or we can call it as a subcube of the multidimensional cube. So I'm considering just one cube uh, that is a portion of the multidimensional data cube. That is known as dice. Now what about slice? It selects a single dimension from the OLAP cube, which results in a new subcube creation. In the cube given in the overview section, slice is performed on the dimension of time period, each quarters, or it will be like on some on product, like that. We will select only single dimension from an OLAP cube. That is known as slicing. So slicing means cutting nicely, right? So in this cube, I'm just considering only one dimension, slicing it. That is known as slice operation. Next is a pivot operation. It is also known as a rotation operation, as it rotates the current view to get a new view of representation. In the subcube obtained after slice operation will be performing a pivot operation gives you a new view of it. For example, here we can see before the location of cities is comes under xy, we can say it is on the this axis. So I'm just turning it around and making it as an x-axis. This location of cities will come in the base of the cuboid. So you can see another view of the cube, that is known as pivot. So these are the main operations in multidimensional data model. It's very important. Once again, I'll repeat. The main operations in multidimensional data model is uh, drill down, roll up, pivot, and slicing. So drill down means along a concept in the concept hierarchy, I'll go down. That is known as drill down. Now, what about roll up? Roll up means I'm just grouping together some of the concept hierarchy, like either time period. Time period, I'm just considering two quarters together, or I'm considering all the cities to make to make it as a country. So like that. And pivot means just rotating the cube to see the view in another level. And next is slicing means cutting the cube along one dimension. So that's all about the multidimensional data model operations in OLAP. Next is a data cube. What is a data cube? A data cube allows data to be modeled and viewed in multiple dimensions, and it is defined by dimensions. In fact, here you can see different dimensions, like I'm just considering time as a dimension. For a time, there will be time dimension table. In that, you have to consider the time, day, and day of the particular week, month, quarter, and year. And sales, if it is a sales table, it will consider in which, at what time period, and at what which branch, the location of the branch, and how much amount sold, how much item sold, how much money acquired, like that. Then item dimension table is like item key will be there, item name will be there, brand type, supplier type, all those things. Now coming to branch dimension table, branch key, branch name, branch type. So these are the branch dimensions. Now coming to location dimension, location key, street, city, province, state, and country. So these all are some of the facts and dimensions of the entity location. Here you can see an example, All Electronics Company, and I'm just considering an organization, All Electronics. Here, according to the dimensions, time and item, here you can see just a 2D view of that uh, organization's products. So here I'm just considering only time period and the item type. Locations only Vancouver. That means I'm just considering only one city, and in that city during some particular time period which and all items have sold, and what is the amount, how much amount it has sold. So here you can see 2D view of sales data of for all electronics according to the dimension of time and item. Here you can see during the quarter Q1, there are four quarters, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. These four quarter time period, uh, in the location Vancouver, how much, how many products in home entertainment, computer, phone, security products are sale happened. That is discussed. That is displayed in this table. So here it is just a two-dimension table because I'm just location is fixed. I'm just considering only time period and the product item type. Now, coming to 3D view, here you can see location on different locations Chicago, locations New York, locations Toronto, Vancouver. I'm just considering four locations. In each of the four locations, each like Q1 to Q4 quarter time period, how much amount of item have sale happened, that is discussed in this. From tables and spreadsheet to data keyboard, here you can see this is actually locations. This is actually locations and the time period and the items sale. And next is about different schemas for multidimensional databases. Here, mainly three schemas are there. One is star schema, snowflake schema, and factor constellation. Star schema means a factor table in the middle connected to a set of dimension table. So it will looks like a star. That is star schema. Now, while coming to snowflake schema, a refinement of star schema where some dimensional hierarchy is normalized into a set of smaller dimension table, forming shape of similar to a snowflake. Now, while coming to fact constellation, multiple fact tables share a single shared dimension tables viewed as a collection of stars, therefore called galaxy schema or factor constellation. So this is an example of star schema. Here you can see this looks like sales fact table and which is related with some other tables like item, location, time period, branch. All these are measures. So it will looks like a star. That is why it is called star schema. Now while coming to snowflake schema, it is actually normalization of the star schema. Here each dimension, different dimensions are normalized to single one to form a snowflake shape. So it is called a snowflake schema. Now, while coming to fact constellation, it is actually a group of stars. Here, different single fact table will be there, which is shared by many of the entity, and it is like a collection of stars. That is why we will call it as fact constellation. So this is the basic operation comes under multi-dimensional data cuboid. So mainly three models: star, snowflake schema, and factor constellation. And in star schema, how the dimension table looks like and how the different entities are arranged. And in snowflake schema, it is a normalization of star, and different dimension tables are normalized to single one, smaller one. And while coming to factor constellation, it is like different star schemas are grouped together to form a constellation, like a galaxy, like that. So that's all about for the multidimensional data modeling and multidimensional data model and the operations in multidimensional data model and different schemas for multidimensional databases. Okay, that's all for today. Rest of the things we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.